Nana Akufo-Addo, ye shall speak the truth and the truth shall set you free. We need to regroup as a party and come out and do better the next time. The current administration has killed the party, killed the soul of the party. We have toiled for nothing. If we don't change the delegate system, the MPP and the elephant will not rise again.
There's no need for people to go to Manya, say. I don't want to answer. Now, about one decided over to a man this year. I was a man, you know, me myself. Will be a songs and in Teams, baby. And they wow.
I attribute some of it to stupidity, fear, arrogance, impunity, and a host of stuff. Cecilia Dapa case you buy. People were listening, they saw it, and nothing became of it. And then retirees and pensioners. Some people even died. Ken Oforiatta, there were calls for the head of the government, Nana Akufo-Addo, to remove him. It fell on deaf ears. Ken Oforiatta is not an economist or a finance guy, investment guy. He wasn't an economist. These were all part of the cries. It fell on deaf ears. I believe in always speaking the truth.
Pancho in the house. I'm sure those of you who remember the times when they were having the NPP primaries and everybody was wondering, hey, is it Kwabena Kennedy Japan going? Is it Alan? So that time when nobody was sure, I brought my friend Pancho in, and Pancho came and looked at the camera director and said, Charlie, you guys, what are you talking about? Bawumia Nekro. I'm saying, are you sure? We went back and forth. At the end of the day, Bawumia won the primaries. What he say again? To do a post-mortem with me. So let me start straight from the top, man. You know, let me say this. Some time before the election, I was talking to a very good friend of mine. I won't mention the name.
Sure.
MPP. Very, very strong one, you know. And I was telling him, the way I'm seeing things, there may be an upset. And he told me, okay, what are you talking about? You know, we are still very, very, very strong on the ground, and there's no way there'll be an upset. You know, and I'm saying I don't have that feeling, but there's something he said. He said, and that sort of threw me off. You know, I said, Charlie, if at this time you are saying, then to me it doesn't sound like you are very confident. You know, so let me leave it over to you. What's your assessment? Your immediate assessments of the painting of Ghana green?
Before I start,
please.
I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Then, you see, there are some things in this world that are so eternally true that they are worth dying for.
They are so internally true?
Eternally.
Oh, eternally
true.
Okay.
That they are so, it is worth dying for. And if a man is afraid to die for something that he is willing to live for, then he's not even fit to live.
I like that. If a man is afraid to die
for something that he's willing to live for, then he isn't even fit to live. And then somewhere I read that in a period of moral crisis, silence is betrayal.
Oh, I like that. Charlie, it's a good soundbite too. In a period of moral crisis, silence is betrayal.
Yes. And I will not be silent. I believe in always speaking the truth. Those of us who believe in Christianity and those of us who don't, it is in that good old book that ye shall speak the truth and the truth shall set you free. And today I am here to talk about why the MPP lost so miserably.
Before you start, did you anticipate it, or like my other friend to you was telling me, did you anticipate it?
Kweku, I felt that the NPP had chalked so many success stories. And I also believe, say, trying a Muslim and a Northerner for the first time, maybe we could win it. And I was 80% sure. But the day of the election, Kweku, I was in Kumasi. I took the STC to Kumasi and I also took it back. But a friend of mine, a lawyer friend of mine, gave me his car. So as I was driving from Kwamo through Efijase, through Dwabin, Kwamo, Edriso, Dwabin, Efijase, Asamai, Aguna.
You were driving through?
Yes. Jamase, all the way to Nsuta. I did not see any lines there. It was pretty early, but it was past 7 o'clock.
This is the voting day.
The voting day. It was around 7:30. As I was driving, the lines were so short. And I said, Ashanti region, our stronghold. What is going on? We drew in Suta, and then people asked me, say, na me banenet say. I'm saying, man, who you? Because lines need here. The lines are short. No, so now saying easy. I say polling station because I need a chamber 4 or 5.
Until maybe that's why.
Until the lines in the hall. So I went to my area in Suta Roman Catholic school. They processed me, and in 6 minutes
About what
I was
time?
done. 7:45.
Wow.
7:45. It wasn't 8 o'clock yet. Me sure. And in these 6 minutes, they processed me for the presidential election and also for the parliamentary election. It took me about 6 minutes. Got in the car, coming back, driving through the same way. There were no lines. Let me catch Madam for say, Ashanti region, protest ballot. They are not voting. Oh, you better win it. You better win. Say we're too early. You say, ya chiche ni lines.
Yeah.
I got on the STC coming back to Accra. So saying you are going through a couple of regions, eastern regions, so come on. And it was the same thing. I lost hope. Maybe I really lost hope. Until the results didn't really shock me. She said they're shocking for me.
For you, was that the first indication? Say, things don't look good, or you had that feeling sort of?
Never had that feeling.
Never had it.
Never had that feeling. Now you take some Crawford say, Abanian to, but I felt say Ashanti region there, being the UP tradition, I'm really drew her a man for Bekakoto. But their cries fell on deaf ears. We aren't taking them serious.
Let me get this straight. So you had heard the complaints and the rumors that they are not voting, but basically we said, no.
Yes,
whatever happens, Ashanti region, they'll get up and go vote.
Matia Broso, I had heard it because sometime in January, the Kobwa NPP Nigaibi, meaning or Oforikrom, and then some of the contestants were paying 4,000 to each delegate. Into delegate we have 10,000.
Wow.
Ghana cedis, the new Ghana cedis. Into young guys ni bijejira ho mo dem onjiji scam nhye mo ho. E drew elections am one am kwa to aba. I didn't take it seriously. Because delegate system no. And one of them toa. Even though me in 2004 after I contested in Suta, I came back to the US in 2005. Made so much noise about it, said the delegate system is not democratic enough. We need to change it and make it all card-bearing members. Now, the local people, they have everything to teach MPP members abroad, but nothing to learn from us.
They have everything to teach, but nothing to learn.
Yes, they have everything to teach us, but nothing to learn from us. Senka me kana etwa asomuna wo senka sebi omudi ho dwuma. They make can say if we don't change the delegate system, the MPP and the elephant will not rise again. Not in our lifetime. I'm telling you, I'm serious, Kweku. We have toiled for nothing, let me put it that way, because amanfo aye adwuma o. Amanfo aye adwuma pa for us to lose like this. Kweku, look at the numbers. Mahama got 115,000 more than what he got in 2020. And yet he won the elections because his men went to vote. And I asked young Crawford, apathy and anger, we didn't vote.
What do you think created the apathy and the anger? And why didn't anybody pick it up and say, I am Crawford? There's a lot of apathy going on. Because people seem quite relaxed though. I know one, I don't want to mention his name.
Don't mention any
actually a minister. And they have plans. Baby, this is what So how come say Obiam picky anything at all? Can people be that tone deaf?
Whether they are deaf or not, I attribute some of it to stupidity.
What you want to know?
Oh,
To stupidity.
Yes.
Why?
Arrogance, sheer arrogance, impunity, and a host of stuff. Kwaku, when we won in 2020, you know, Senana Akufo-Addo, the votes, a reduce. A reduce. You know, na niyema bebre koswa, na eya man for ehi. Ebinumu edidi. People are sitting at the table eating, but not everyone is using a fork. And not everyone has been served any good food. Some are eating the crumbs. Yet Titiwa na Cecilia Dapa case ibaye. Ufie, Ghana must go back millions of dollars, euros, cedis. People were listening, they saw it, and nothing became of it. And then, Kweku, your friend is saying retirees and pensioners, you touch their money. Kweku, me Jimmy pension, me Jimmy pension for having served a long time and worked in the United States. Nobody touches it. They were not getting their money. Some people even died.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ken Ofori-Atta, there were calls for the head of the government, Nana Akufo-Addo, to remove him. It fell on deaf ears. Ken Ofori-Atta is not an economist. He or a finance guy, investment guy. He wasn't an economist. Now, so many policies, levy taxes. Why could COVID a chum? Why are we still paying COVID taxes? Why are we still paying COVID taxes? Why is the government still charging people COVID taxes at the port? I'm on for any bill and to set it up. But we have toiled in vain. That's all I will say. We have suffered the worst political defeat since the UP days.
Yeah.
Since the UP days, we didn't suffer that during Buzia in the Second Republic. Third Republic, Hillary Liman won, but there was a blunder because of the AUNC and the PNC. You know, CPP won. Actually, PNP.
PNP, yeah.
People's National Party, with Dr. Hillary Liman. And you know, maybe why you learn from your mistakes. We didn't do anything about it. They say we had this loss, massive, massive.
Yeah.
And who are you going to blame?
Let me. So why do you think? Because you're talking about all these lessons that were red flags, that the intelligent, discerning people in the party should have realized that. So these red flags, let's do something about that. So why do you think? Is it that they didn't see the red flags? Is it that they saw but didn't care? What could have caused this?
Well, they saw it. I think they didn't care. They didn't give a hoot about it. Like I said before, no, the politicians in Ghana, they think they have everything to teach politicians outside, MPP politicians outside, but nothing to learn from us. And that's not just. It's not fair. Kweku, you lived in the United States. You know, sir, they don't play with their politics. It's grassroots.
Yeah, yeah.
But here, no, they neglected them. They neglected the grassroots, thinking, say, they sounded the alarm. The writing was on the wall. Abano yan tu, with the makoji musika asham ho, ibi ajiji fridge, ibi aji say, a mirror no swan. People didn't take them seriously. But it manifested on election day. It is they were massive, but in the line,
very little.
Little. Very, very little.
What does that say about the evolution of Ghana politics? Because until then, no, that was their standard approach. With the Momonkasa, when the time is coming, throw them a couple of t-shirts, flour, burn to put that out there. And in the past, people have actually voted because of that. So what do you think happened? When did that change occur that you're begging to
Let me say, I started right after the 2020 election. If you know 2020 elections, no. I same for so they did the same thing. Social media, so you better Addo. I'm etiamo. You better Eddie, so you they didn't take these things seriously. These were cries. These were cries. You see, even as babies, our little cries were a bit for attention. But these so-called intellects and politicians, no, they refuse to take heed to all those rhetoric. Arrogance have done us in. Arrogance has done us in, Kweku. Partly arrogance. Kweku, what was the real necessity for a national cathedral? What was it? Some things are just some things you don't need. People are hungry. Yeah. You are building a national cathedral. It's not finished. Still sitting there.
Yeah.
In the neighborhood, hopper becoming Second Avenue, the stretch. Then Crawford so bonechi and who here, but you continue to do the same thing. Kweku, I remember very well. You see, after this interview, a lot of people might not like me, but if you catch us a school, somewhere Wakwabri, the elders of the town, chiefs, in Crawford, no more tiemu, Mama ya kwaya mayaya yantumamu, Mama ya kwaya na yantumamu. So, fortunately, unfortunately, Nana Akufo-Addo went to a radio station. That question was asked. And then, as strong and whatever that he is, no, he reiterated, say, hey, I'm not fazed by your threats. Somebody
votes for you, somebody supports you, it's because they want you to do things for them. So I understand that. There's no need for people to go to Manya, say. I don't want to answer. But of course, mayor. And about decided to my NDC. I will answer. I don't know myself. Will be a song and in Timsu, baby. And they wow.
These were all part of the cries. These were all part of the cries. People speak about Bediatio. Me need problem with Bediatio because when I call him or text him, it might take a long time, but he will respond.
Get back to you.
Party executives, no. Talata Rita Asobaire, fine lady. She will return your call. She will call you back. Oshiawa, everything is cool. It's not like that with each and every one of them. There was one. Yes, John Buedu. John Buedu, when he was General Secretary, I called John Buedu more than 16 times.
Wow.
Never answered my call. And then me share an event be woman share. I'm say, hey, Charlie, me friend, I won't fee me or no say number Ben, I may friend. He had a Tigo number, and that was what he had, and we had talked a couple of times previously.
On that same number?
Yes. But for a period of 2 years, my friend about 16 times, 2 years, not a call back. I texted him, not a response. Michiano airport, terminal 2, the old terminal 2. Now me call a year or Boko. My name madam for lawyer. You call a year or Boko. To me, who and I'm saying, Charlie, me friend, I want for a day. And then now, yes, sir. Then he proceeded, no, here, no, I see new phone now, number, frame me, I'll be me, any.
No, the new number, ma.
The new number, ma. I called an extra maybe 6, 7, 8 times. No pickup, no texting back.
Well, just before we continue, was it because when you say, why do you think that? Because evidently, we are not.
But me from MPP USA in New York. He knows me.
Okay.
He knows me, pa.
Yeah.
He knows about the old man also in our UP and MPP politics. Oh, and you know, I don't know why. And I make us some form of arrogance, the I don't careism type of thing. I just don't care. Say unkuta position. Then you mean what? You know, they don't care about you. But we be at America to Obama, a union president.
I remember.
Oh,
You were
yes. And you know, we know politics. I mean, yeah, 2004, 2008, I challenged Jose Prempe. I lost. 2020, I was one of the contestants for the Kumasi mayor. It didn't go.
Mayor.
Yes, it didn't go my way. But me lose my first one to Jose Prempe, no. And then me who say the delegate system, no, is obsolete. It's not good. We need to change it. From 2005 up to now.
So how hard have you been working to get it changed, and what are the obstacles?
I have spoken to people like Boachie Jako, Osi Pancho, Yabese Sano. Then you speak to some party executives, regional. So when I say ye BMU, you enlarge the numbers more, but people can still buy them. When it is all card-bearing members, people who have paid their dues, and they are all voting out, you can't buy anyone. You cannot buy anyone. And you know, that's the way forward. That is the way forward.
So people like Ajakun, did he understand you because you have some kind of US experience and you are coming from that angle? Why do you think he believed in what you were saying, and why do you think even with the combined forces, you couldn't accomplish what you were thinking would work?
One factor is the fact that Ajako listens to me because we knew each other in New York. And then also his father, my father, they go back a long way during the UP time. You know. But you know, Boachi was marginalized and sidelined with that merit-trade stuff. You know. He's a one-man soldier. Yes. And other factors, Alan leaving was a factor. But I didn't care because you can't be a politician and if you don't get your way, or say I quit the party. That wasn't the first time. Jaya or Koy. That's fine. Because the he knew he wasn't going to win.
Really?
Alan knew he wasn't going to win.
Not even like a spoiler or a kingmaker. He didn't think you'd get
that
far.
Spoiler, no dear, a woman.
Spoiler, no.
As a son of the campaigns or winning, no Tipra game when them Kumasi Abonte, so not even 8 people, more than 8 people were following him. Or Tipra game no a campaign. Into the spoiler role, no, he has achieved it. He has achieved the spoiler role.
So you are saying, say, Alan is sitting pretty, say.
Of course.
Your hand when you know.
Send an Buafu, Bawumia, Bawumia, but also to see a dream or so. You remember in a previous interview, me catch you say, dream is to be anyhow. As I say, Bawumia, try no, and they've always said, say, NPP, yes, anti-4 party. We did our all, we put him out there from the northern sector, a Muslim.
You were very confident that he would shock Ghanaians. You were very confident, maybe.
Yes.
Based on what? Your confidence, no?
So we have chalked in some achievements. Educational reforms by Osei Educhum. Some infrastructural, roads and all that kind of stuff. Why you be MPP for you? But you don't wait till the week or 2 weeks before elections to commission them. And those things don't work. The disgruntled...
Because it looks like they were there for vote.
Yes. The disgruntled voter, no catches, open vote until now the way church. It could have been done earlier on Senke. The Ghanaians have short memory. But a Spintex road in the flower pot overpass, no? We show no bread 5 months ago, Kuranoa. People will still know because they travel on it each and every day. You see, when a girl because boy, you didn't kube. Nti muntimi kan chance sesa oniema ko memfa ma habiem. Did that whoever it was Nkrofo when say no original minister for Accra, I don't know. Some Nkrofo can. Yeah, I don't know him personally. Did you have to go and break and kick the table na the season? Or tonkube o man adwuma bia nye kube na wo ton. You could tell her say mpacho we dey afeni e bio ha ye mpinimo bia amfa ne niema mesi ha. You don't go out there and kick the table and the stand and the niema nisi so. Na sebi oto aba no MPP ni kro beto ama. The worst case scenario, he will not go, she will not go and vote because now you're ba onko to aba no. These are the little things. There are so many that I can talk about. So many. We'll go on a commercial break and make sure some notes be a jot to down. So be asking for my mind. I'll recollect all of them. I have things again on Kandapa, national security guy. Kweku. Honestly, I called about 5-6 times. Now me pay Juma Mabusuanibi in the service agencies. No. Inyano baako, not on the phone, through WhatsApp. And also means text it, means send it Nipano application in a Yimreno. It didn't materialize to anything. In 2008, Crawford said, "Ofra broche na buy ye kono wa me kumbi." I feel no be position. I say
that was the grab against you.
Yes.
So Ofra broche aba.
Aye. Kandapa, and I'll give him credit. He got up and said, "Sir, Papa ye ojina hoye, ono so MPP ni pa." 92 na yan to abano. Ye ba koto 96, 92 na yan ko parliament no. 96 no. Me koye lala sulala ewa America. Papa meeting ase or sorry jina ho ka say oni sika won ho meeting e frɛ no man ka de kronti ayeye meeting no. Ba ye we meeting no car meeting no edi na chi ama no kojina bank. For the first time who see sika wo dan ho. That time na ATM so no na nuru ha. You are talking 1995 name so no.
The person the first one who say is ka dan ho no.
Dan ho say na Ghana it wasn't here. Yes. ATM ko sika ma no kwaku. Until he gave me credit then. Now nim say nipa ya na me so me hia mo akakra ama abusuani adwuma o man kan just Kandapa say dey hia me na me sika bi ntumi botom. No. O ma abusuani adwuma o mesere me sika biem. Kwaku, he didn't do anything about it. And I'll say it to his face if I see him. Ochiami a me sorry, me ngeno so me ntene me nsama no. Because ye bi wo yonso. I think say Yonso on the 29th and the 30th. The 30th one, no. Na Napo or Chia Ban and Crawford, sorry. Oh, you're him, the anchor meeting my Casamidi, any dear ma, because you're culturally, you know, to sorry. Crawford says, sorry, man, few class on Yenipa.
Naponi
Chiaba, let me tell
I'm sorry.
Mean sorry, then Napoya Santini.
But Kwabena, you know, I'm listening to you. I'm just imagining other people listening to you. Some may think, say, there's something really a bitter. Is it some bitterness? And I say, truth in episode, and why now?
Kweku, Obi Obeka said bitterness, no, then they don't know me. Those who were bitter, and I'm phone be bitter. Now I say, would you be almost radio station could did the attempt and any I have never insulted anyone. I just want to lay the facts and the truth out there. Somewhere I read again, they said the hottest places in hell are reserved for those who, in a period of moral crisis, maintain their silence.
Maintain their silence?
Maintain their silence.
Do I want to say Obekasa?
The person behind it, Dante. Yes. Intino, Kweku assembly show muna wa anka na boy yare. And at the Americans no correct. We need to regroup as a party and come out and do better the next time. The current administration has killed the party, killed the soul of the party. You know, we need to talk about it. Eugene Entry recently, Ojina Baby no Wakase, Gabi Ochredakon, who was not voted for, is sitting at Jubilee House giving ministerial appointments. And then he's right. Kweku, he's right for saying that. I would say arrogance na mekano. Gabi Ochredakon. 2008. 2007, after Nana was given the flag bearership, we had a fundraiser in New York, and we had a luncheon, barbecue luncheon type of thing, in New Jersey, in one guy's house, Steve Mallory. Right now, he has fallen apart with the party.
The editor for
Africa Watch.
Yeah.
Africa Watch.
Yeah.
Find out so nimno. What's the Pancho say? Na yeah fundraising no enyumere no e wo Cocoa House e wo Edward Grant Highway. Ti na nipa abre oduduru fie be 6-7 in the morning. Ti wi ano be 1 e wo say me drew New Jersey. Kwaku being one of the architects for this fundraising, you know, for Nana Akufo-Addo. I got to New Jersey, my packing my car. I brante for me nanti akosoro ho. Room now woman me call her Gabi Ochredakon. Ojina ho. Or see the room is full. We'll put a monitor outside for you guys to watch.
On one room.
That's a bit my cousin my room. In room. Or kind of me share the name na me share kusina na ase. Kweku, I use some filthy words. So I can use them here. I will use them.
No, for the sake of TV, we'll imagine what
the
you said.
And say, who the F do you think you are?
Wow.
Get away from my face. I'm not trained who could because a cramaya or didn't do action in anthem. I'm saying you can't come from the UK or Ghana to tell us here in New York and New Jersey what to do and what not to do. And then Crawford actually and say, hey, we Pancho the New York were one of the strong stalwarts. The organizers idea, you know.
We've always been.
Since then, no, the man sees me no chum. Oh, ko baby, oh, ko. Miss Menchia, no, I mean, cotton baby, I son chianida. That's my character. Familiar here, Miss Menfa. That's it. See, and in the moon kakra, our party executives nationally, some of them don't even know the party's political history.
Yeah.
Bawumia call UPS or winning Nigeria, and I'm so calling the manifesto. Kufoba Hoka Kasamano. One guy, one member of the executives, and SK Dombo. Buzia was never, Dombo was never SK Dombo. Oh yeah, SD Dombo. Simon Dear Dong Dombo, the man from Dori, Jirapa area. Now because he had two Obama executives. You don't even know the political history. But you know, he was able to get away with it because majority of the people there, so some of them are the youth, they don't know. And those who are older, they don't know any better.
How much of that people who have just come in or who are in but don't really know the roots of where the MP has come from, how much was that a factor in dismantling the MPP? Say, but even they don't even know the history of where the party has started. How much of a factor was that?
I know the America say a smaller factor.
Small, okay.
A smaller factor. I know a busuani bia or no MFI no. Sebi. I will say. And then a man in a bush and form to be a to my MPP and among Koto because they will never vote for the NDC and then it won't happen. Yes. It's hard it happen, but it's just of a small fraction, yes.
Let me rewind. I would say what's your gripe with him and what did you think of him as the choice for vice president? Okay,
I'll answer that question in two ways. When he was chosen as the vice, I didn't like it. Penasem, because he is arrogant. Kwekwe arrogant. He has shown it to me. Yeah, went into 2016. Knowing him, say 2008 or 2008, I think, say, 2008. Yamankwa and a party chairman. Me call me will free suita by Kumasi. Me catch Yamankwa. Then say, Omwa campo delegates, you know. I can't even get a chance to talk to them. Na poso ba hoso onso so ne nkrofo ba ho be ye dede ne nkrofo no be turn tables around. To meeting him, I know say we are all attempting to go to parliament at the same time. And you know, he knows of me. 2016 year when a party na Boachi asenso Boachi ye party bi. And I share ho na no kasa. No jira ntimi jira ne nchen o kasa wie na onyan kasa bi na nipa no so ne no edi nkomo no so ehwe baabi. I'm so na poet saying when film class me ye nipa. When film class o hwe manim sa na chese. So maybe he thinks I'm a non-entity bi. I never forgave him. Me ma won chen meje contract. Me ma won chen fa kra ne chen sin be didi wo fie. But for you to show that kind, we are say kra no. Kwa committee kai mu na me twen wo no. Nkola bi twem ha mu hu omo chia wo. I was so jiso. Maami bi twem o chia me na me jiso. And chia ye den I will be chia why you just ignore the person. And it's not only me. A lot of people know say oh yeah arrogant. The age I was draw aka kotodi wakotu escard in the ato. Prempe College house be so. Near the Kofu to house so house na pose o say ye do to house be. And no romere so. Kweku nti that's one of the factors. Maybe nim look say the day you the vice presidential slot no ema no. The first address to supporters and enthusiasts. E dey no ye. Obia nya adwuma nsere na na akofo Addo. If you say Ghana nya independence, do you have to compare na Addo to even Kofoɔ? Your party mo. Kofoɔ did his best. Obia ne ne regime the obetumi aye. So he shouldn't have said that. Even in the heat of the moment, you have to think, you have to be smart and not make stupid and reckless statements. If you know more Kwame Nkrumah no. Hey, you don't play with Kwame Nkrumah in Ghana. Me Kwame Nkrumah me papa tumu.
Make meaning sir.
So I would never stand somewhere and talk like that about Kwame Nkrumah. Yeah. They make my case in fact I can't Kwame Nkrumah so be discussing Kwame Nkrumah and know say America so Kwame Nkrumah was a dictator. I know he had that dictatorial tendencies. Mecca, somebody may disagree with me. But Napo, do you have to stand out there? The amount of vice presidential slot. Go out there and talk to the people, say, who kasa without thinking.
Let me ask you this. Since at least you know a lot about the MPP.
I do.
You know a lot. What went into the decision that he should be the vice? Because there were candidates there. What can be true? You know, what went into that decision?
Kweku, I don't want to guess, but this is hearsay. You see a pass Antony because you are fan not now. I do to me as Antony. I do to me as Antony. But what I know and what I hear, say, young family do to me in search din. That's what people said for the party office. Party executives no say educhum in search here den na po bie ni nsem ohun delegates ne the party people are
or you generous.
Yes, or generous or yema womo
and the chumonye.
See, educhum is trained in the United States. It will take a while for him to understand these little nuances, let me call it nuances. Papa na boy juma papa. I'll take this opportunity, say NDC for bar, even if say pen advice, educational advisory board, the never to so no work can be we shouldn't be like say party we are banty the now we no ye jai yen to aso yen say. But now put there we bought more than we could chew. Like I say a pass Antony. Say no kwa na ya Antony. Was it, yes, and then at that inauguration, Otumfuo said, with the Miana Matitino. Otumfuo statement, so Otumfuo the kind of one, you have to be careful. I am paraphrasing what Otumfuo said. I'm not quoting him.
Okay.
I say, Napo, Matisse, say, when you swad ye, when you swad ye, Mr. So a hair matete man tete sa.
Okay.
And my
Was there like a disclaimer, crack?
Yes, and my Bawumia no who say we you.
Yeah.
He said all that. Behind the back of the mind, what it be? Or no so go and redeem yourself or prove yourself. Say atito wa here. You jai kanwa upia bonting. And no come and chroma no. So you cannot tame a coco. Coco ne contain near brogu. Hona butun so I can bro no sorry. Sorry. That's it. A whole lot of mistakes were made. He wasn't the right choice. I'm telling you today.
Yeah.
To me, it wasn't the right choice.
At some point, realized actually we goofed
by
making the choice.
Me sure said they realized that they won't come out and say it.
Of course.
Well, with me sitting here today and talking, maybe it will give people the confidence to come out and say something. And he pay wakoke kakwame and kromadi. A chile baby say a slip of tongue or catch us some so kind so compare Bawumia and Mahama. Montua Banama Mahama.
What to about Dramama ye Lobo Tibi Bawumia
hey. Okay. So let's move on. Okay, so we sort of why some very good, solid postmortem. Right now, I think that this election also is sending a word to the whole of Ghana.
Oh, definitely.
Say, Charlie, electric say From where you sit, what message should Mahama and the NDC get from the results? Other than rejoice and say actually are killing or we have all these members of parliament and what is the underlying factor that you will say said this is what we should now be thinking of?
I'll tell the NDC folks, don't be complacent. So you won the presidential and parliamentary elections by just 115,000 votes from the 2020 results. You won it because the MPP handed it to you. 2 million and a little above NPP members did not vote. Into no making sure say Ghana come out with ideas that will help the ordinary Ghanaian. It's not about going into power and amassing wealth. It should never be like that. The MPP always trying to obey the 11th commandment. And the 11th commandment, he said, thou shalt not get caught when you steal.
Thou shalt not get caught when you steal.
Yes. Steal with a finesse. Even when you are caught, it will be termed embezzlement rather than stealing.
Stealing.
Yes, that is what did us in. There were so many scandals. And people, they didn't care. But the voters cared. The voters cared, especially, forget about NDC voters. MPP voters cared because Moody, my sochi, so a common crop for yes, we are so to Abamamo. Into the NDC should take clues and cues from it.
For me, it's a refreshing thing to know that the electorate has evolved to the extent that you can't take them for granted.
Very true. You cannot take them for granted.
Yeah.
Because they say, majority of voters, the youth. I would say because 30 and below, from 18 to 30. Senior citizens say their party now a woman. We vote because we are part of the party. Kamimi Kokumasin could drive through all that place in Kotuaba and say back to Accra the same day. To the youth, the Omania be this time. Papa. You cannot take them for granted. I just say free SHS is good and great. A boy man for. But you think that every SHS member, including people who are even there now, no. 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 You know, Ghanaian voters have gotten a sensible, smart. You cannot take them for granted. And they forget it. They're saying we have to do something that will move everybody forward. Say, you can't, the election process, no. The primaries, it has to be all card-bearing members. Until we for delegates, now more musika bebre, no akoto aba, we are nipa bisu nam ho. 10 cities need 200 cities kwa or penny be or they are starting a business kakra bi no. Onya. So meanwhile will be at 4,000.
Yeah. And more.
Yeah.
And more.
For one day, a job back up Okojina Hotu Obama, the parliamentary candidate to win the primaries. Onya says can or the cop. You be trim kwaku, I will lead the fight. Then the Bagaka Kujina party headquarters near Pencroft, DH, a press conference. Say the Nipa want to be a country police in Ibise. Omefano, Namonfa Hanko for good in Sunday and Fanonko. We will do that. Because if we don't do that, we will never be strong again. The NPP will never be strong again.
I heard Bawumia saying, say, yeah, they are going to go and regroup and come back.
But I assure you that we will regroup and come back even stronger. We will take stock of events and pick lessons to guide us going forward.
What advice do you have for the party? Say, these are the things, and unless you are ready to do these things, then don't think about coming back. What advice do you have?
Well, it boils down to the fact that they will let or allow all card-bearing members of the MPP vote in the primaries. That's priority number one.
All card-bearing members?
Yes. And then you can include dues-paying members. And there's a meme wahona mebusunya fubi miyenu and sebi. Omu due say 10 cities a month no muntiminti. I met man on tour mentor. I'm just giving him the chance to vote in the primaries. And yes, also MPB and Timin Konko Tobi. Because omu bokasa anu we are. Omu ko parliament. That's where corruption starts.
Yeah, they need to make up.
Yes.
The money they've lost.
Yes. And executives and party for no. We need to start putting people who can really do the job. Nyam Crawford or per party ne dia hand time sem. I mean I'm here MPP, General Secretary, and I'm here MPP, organizer. So it's not right. It's not right.
So that system, that's one.
Yes.
What do you think? What's the second one? Or that's it, if they can able to change that.
I know you're number one.
Number one.
The second thing is the party executives should come down and mingle with the grassroots. Don't just go there during your term, sit in that party office, come out with some policies. Say policies be our Hamoma party for and vote to on to see say, if it is right for us. Yes. Another thing, and it affects both the NPP and the NDC. They've gone to school, they've graduated, they are looking for jobs here. Some of them are interested in politics. But because of the fact that if you have another citizenship of another country, you cannot hold some positions in this country. I will say Europa now, they need to definitely make sure say yeah, Tuaba. The thing has been passed already since Kufuor time.
I remember.
And no government, the NDC and the MPP, electoral commissioners now, the EC, won't put anything in place. I'm so musro because they figure say put in place and maybe there will be a third force, a third party, a real third party. And yet Cheddar the enemy. But Cheddar, he did well. I must give him credit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I knew he was going to beat Alan Martin. I said it anywhere I went. Said Cheddar be the third.
Wow.
Oh, and there I knew. Alan they said protest vote. None of bofu. And MPP for na no bofu no mudine no. Bebre tena o man koto abano. Because they will not go and vote against the NPP.
Yeah. Because I saw Alan's the butterfly lunch of Kumasi. It was a sea of yellow.
Yes.
So I said, wow. there must be some heavy.
Yeah,
Basiwo.
NDC does that, MPP does that, Alan did it. A matter of busing. Or quite 20 cities, we know saying a t-shirt.
So why do politicians want to tickle themselves and laugh? So why you say Domna Abano, what you now which never say what do you earn? What do you gain?
I think say some kind of psychological thing. Because say, hey, a man for NPP for vote so, NDC for vote so, you shouldn't do that. Ukujina baby send any part 1,000 Rabbi Jahoti was some catcher omo. If it is good, they will sell the message. And it's all boss a kahuno to do all that. It doesn't make sense.
With that is appointment of the party. If you have a chance to meet Nana one-on-one, no see Pancho, where did I go wrong? How do we bring the party back? What advice would you give him?
Nana Akufo-Addo. I doubt if he will call me, but I'm answering your question. Say,
okay.
If we happen to meet, like I just said, Nana, you have to meet MPP people and tell them and apologize. Say you are sorry for creating a mess.
To MPP.
Of course, Kweku, his administration, not only him, but him being the leader of the party at this time, the president, the buck falls on him. He needs to apologize to the party for the mess, the disgracing result of this election. He needs to. If he's a man, he should do that. That's all, yes, sir. Does it belittle you? Kweku, it takes a man to say, I'm sorry. I've let you people down. He needs to do it. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Started chim mafia. People took it so lightly. They didn't care. But the rhetoric, it was big and huge.
What do you think was the impact of that presence of the Achim Mafia?
Say, Kweku, friends and family. If someone is good, unuya you good, now but appointing, there's nothing wrong with that. Gabi Ochre Dako, I really don't know what he had done in Ghana here. Not to UK. He came on board, and so a presidential advisor, fine. But you have to listen to the people who are not your relatives. Also, you have to. Kweku, a lot of people are so happy, say, Bedi Abi follow, no. I feel sad.
Yeah, very.
Because me, mum, dear, he was never arrogant to me or towards me. So, I'm say, I'm from 5 no bar. From 1 and a half.
Yeah, I think so.
Ramsey House, no Bobo,
yeah.
The nickname Slim. Or Penny. But I don't think, say, I will never call him arrogant. I will never call Bedi arrogant. He's never been arrogant to me. Other people can call him arrogant, but for me, he's never been arrogant. I really wish him well. I hope, say, he will recover. I'm in New York, maybe 5 days before the stroke.
Oh, really?
Yes. Ishiano. Your Kasai, so I was here. He's a good guy. Whatever, it's just unfortunate. Say, Bibisa, I don't know. Now, one thing, Ken Oforiatta. When we saw a mount political platform, because campaign I'm an MPP da.
I haven't paid attention to that, but it seems right.
So be when I want to me, I apologize. So my I remember how 1 minute, Maka says I take my words back. Me be that.
Not only a platform.
Ken Oforiatta. Me personally, he's a weird character to me. But Obia one of the ways of life. Very quiet guy. They say he's religious. And they are no religion. If you are religious, you don't come out with policies that will hurt retirees and pensioners. That's my take. They play a role. Play a role. when the MPs called for his removal, no, it fell on deaf ears. It had to be done at the last minute. The damage had been done already. The damage had been done already.
We have just the dying minutes. So, Pancho, you've said a lot, you know. At one point I was saying that when people say you are bitter, and you proved that it's not about bitterness. It's just about telling the truth and letting the chips fall where they may.
Your favorite thing.
Shades of love, man. Yeah, that's my favorite thing. So what are your parting words? We just have like a minute or so. What should Ghana do, not the MPP? So say there's this big change, you know. What do you look forward to seeing in Ghana?
Ghanaian politicians should think of Ghana first, not enriching their pockets or family members. Think of Ghana, come out with policies that will help the youth. Unemployment should be a #1 priority because we have so many unemployed young men in this country. That's the #1 priority. They should realize that you are only in office for 4 years. And do the best you can and leave a legacy. It could be for 8 years if you do the right thing.
Yeah.
But the this year, this time has 4 years. People are talking about change the constitution. I haven't read the constitution, but in most constitutions, Kweku, you need 2/3. They have. But once the 2/3 passes with that type of thing, there have to be a referendum with the people of Ghana to agree, say, you ain't changing and I'm ain't changing. It's not cut dry like that. It's not cut dry like that. And I wish the NDC the best. I wish that the MPP will open their ears widely and listen to the grassroots and do what they want the party to do. Once that is done, the elephant will rise again. Will rise again.
Sir, the two are now share in Kunya Papa. See her, the set. Men how share video na say. Me and J whom the number of fa na contact here na ye more direction no meaning say at the papa bia e be bo ho da we for Ken TV bia no ye ka say e ye nokore a ya hwehwe ma hunu nti e na ye bo ho da we enti nyame adom ye ma me nso so no o support Kennedy compare kwa Japan or you business woman enti mo ye nyina ye support the business women omo support to Japan na omo business no enko so enti we de ni die kwanso me nsa da me nsa yam se open konwa set atop agu fee ana se wadwumam eye E&J home decor we dey fa number na frɛ the be more direction but the own person be ba ha mpo a ya nkasa de begu ka mu na ya be abrɛw menim say we are for Ken Ghana for we beboa ama your mama business no akoso for any enquiries with your phone number no we are for Ken you say ade a ye bo ho da robia no your papa asemba come and hold us responsible.
So once you say same if you Royal Gallery wo opekuma and into jema me number no ni ndin kita wo dem 0537 3145 46 0537 314546 na man na me de atuja amount from ma me no ni ndin kita wo de so person ye say wo ba no mfanya na ye flo and I say ye say wo ba no mfanya bibibia e fa na nanom ne ehema asem ho and dem e kan for Royal Gallery e de amount say from no no ndin kita wo de on be say wo ba no so de ye bibi e wo school and I say mpo wo to e de amuna wo nua e wo amunane and I say wankasa wo to na wa ton baby biala wo biala Drivi, baby bia wo won sebeka so wo Ghana ha so wo amonane baby bia wo bia wo fra maami a woni bedin kita wo de na wo so be siesie na wo ba no na wo aye fe ye papa.
The foundation of every kid's education is important to every parent. That is why Lead International School is here to give your kids a solid foundation. The school that cares about its environment and seeks to transform it is one that cares about the education and well-being of its kids. The school has a playing ground, a bus to convey the kids in and out of school, as well as a well-furnished facilities and resources to groom the kids to future leaders. Not forgetting the well-learned tutors that are patient with the kids to ensure understanding is easy. They are located at Amanfrom off the Popasi Amasaman Road. For more information, call 0246 928 031 or 0246 098 067. Be part of a school that leads, learns, evolves, acts, and develops through sound education. Lead International School, the next leaders.
School na batan biara de ne baro ko hono ni yo. Oye Rainbow Montessori International School. Rainbow Montessori International School. What you from Krachi? You see JHS. The Rainbow Montessori International School from ana. What been wrong? O send what the Montessori curriculum in a syllabus. No what the trauma na de. Na teachers wo hona. When you know why degree holders what the abutana badoyan what the trauma from anadio. Na Rainbow Montessori International School. Wakitaba funyo man what the trauma from anate. It's your mama from an not doing boy wrong. Wakita ultra modern science laboratory, computer laboratory, library and research center, art and sculpture laboratory, hygienic canteen, now for a clinic. Na moye nika 1 point there. Rainbow Montessori International School. Oye boarding house. Inyo into onfahu baby awo biara. Wawo from an batuma school. Onfahu there watakwa. Takrade, Elibo, Cape Coast, Accra, Kumasi. One boarding house facilities now. Oye modern standard. Now wash for papa. It's your house master and house mistress. What you want to a boarding house no? It's your new Biara, Bambo, another security in the sure. And if we from Anabra, the Ebu Rainbow Montessori International School, it was Takwa in Soyem, opposite police station. It is said Obama Rainbow Montessori International School. To what you nada? Was an Obat Shana the Papa, Emanazamsna, what Channel 111. It's a quad word mission form. It was Hantaman Raban, what Takwa Soyem branch. Frayane 0277 100 823. Rainbow Montessori International School. In Moframa one that China won't fap him. Oshasuaha. It's a Hana Bartan Biara. Ordinary from a river.